Well, good morning, everyone. This is the May 22nd TPOe Executive Board meeting. Thank you for being here. I think we might have a few more people coming in as traffic was apparently pretty bad this morning. Imagine that. So could we please call roll?
Yes, if you're here representing someone, if you'll just give your name after I call the appointed member's name. Mayor Tanya Martin.
Megan Brooks, City of Alcoa.
Mayor Tony Akins.
Amber Scott Kelso.
Mayor Roland Bradshaw. Mayor Scott Burton. Troy Ebert.
Present.
Mayor Terry Frank is not going to be here today. Mayor Warren Gooch. Mayor Jeff Harris. Mayor Jacobs is here. Mayor India Kincannon. Here. Vice Mayor Tommy Smith. Mayor Ed Mitchell.
Don Walker.
Commissioner Terry Hill.
Here.
Commissioner Harold Pittner. County Trustee Justin Biggs. Isaac Thorne. Mayor Larry Waters.
James Temple.
Mayor Andy White.
Brian Boone representing Mayor White.
And Mayor Ron Williams.
Mayor Williams present.
That's 11 present, sir.
Thank you. I'm going to skip over the introductions because we kind of did that during roll call. Do we have anyone on Zoom today?
We have William Rogers and Caitlin McClanahan.
Okay, thank you. Are there any amendments to the agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on. The first order of business is to approve the minutes of the April 24th, 2024 Executive Board meeting. Do I hear a motion?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Okay. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next is an amendment to the Transportation Planning Work Group. I guess, Doug, will you be going over that?
Yes, I'll be doing that. If you remember last year, we prepared a regional safety plan. A good impetus of that was because there's a lot of different federal grants available. And the kind of the big first round, as we heard, the city of Knoxville was very successful in receiving funds. But from our regional application, we only were awarded a very small amount of money and to go to an Anderson County project. When we did our regional safety plan, it was just for the planning area, which, you know, for the outer counties doesn't encompass the complete counties. So this was a $30,000 grant to go to Anderson County to complete that work all the way from the planning area out to their county line. And so $24,000 federal, and Anderson County will provide the $6,000 match. Since it comes through the TPOe, even though it's outside our area, it has to be in our work program. So this is all new money. And like I said, Anderson County is going to provide the match. So we just need to have a motion to add it into our work program. There is a table in the back, the next page, that shows you where we would we'd be adding that project and funding in.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next is amendment to the FY 23-26 Transportation Improvement Plan, the TIP. And Craig, you will be going over that.
Good morning, everyone. This is an amendment for the City of Knoxville's Broadway Accelerated Bus Corridor and Passenger Information Install Project. And again, it is an existing project. We've talked about this at Technical, and I believe as well for you guys last month, an update on what the status of the project is. Again, it's an existing air quality improvement project. Actually, this is a bit odd that the net effect of this change is to remove funding, and that is scheduling based. But the request, which was approved for a cost overrun by the technical committee this month, is to add that $610,000 of CMAQ to PM 2.5 funds that you see there, and those are for additional design and NEPA costs for that project as they have expanded the number of stops. I think primarily they've got some additional NEPA costs on investigating projects, properties around those stops. The removal of funding is that the construction phase is being pushed out of the current TIP based on the project schedule right now, anticipating a fiscal 2027 delivery, and we don't have a fiscal 2027 in the current TIP. So anytime that we're kind of touching a project, we do update the project schedule to be transparent on where that is when we're making those changes. So that funding is not going away. It's just it's still allocated to this project. It just will be in a future year. So again, this again is increasing the NEPA and as well as design costs, as well as I will note that one note that is being added is to reflect that the total construction phase cost out in 2027 is currently estimated at about $11 million. So this project is currently not fully funded for construction. And I know the city is exploring options to fully fund this project when we get to that fiscal 2027. That may involve additional PM 2.5 CMAQ funds that are authorized by this board when we get to that. But I know they're also looking at additional sources of funding for this project. I will pause if there are any questions. This was recommended for approval by the technical committee, as well as the cost overrun to add this net $610,000 of CMAQ funding to the PE, NEPA, and design phases was approved last week.
So this will require a motion to approve.
I move to approve.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? No questions for Craig? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Craig. On to updates from the Tennessee Department of Transportation, as well as our friends with the Federal Highway Administration. Does anyone have anything?
I've got a few things I can give you, Mayor.
Thanks, Troy.
A couple things real quick. We have the paving list has been put out in front of you. This has been published online. You have your fiscal year 24, 25, 26 list on here. 24 is all the interstate projects are solid. We're going to make sure that those happen as allotted on here for 24. 25 and 6 are still out there. They're still a little more fluid. Depends on what happens over the next 2 winters. Excuse me. And as far as 24 goes, we still have a few of these projects that we're trying to finalize as well because of working with railroads. You all, if we have to work with a railroad, you all hear about it because we need your signature too. If we get anywhere near their stuff, we have to get permission to pave our road near them. So take all these with a grain of salt, but you will all, once we have this fully finalized, probably Randy Buss on his team and Eric Wilson should have that finalized probably within the next month and have everything ready to go for all the lettings. And we'll have those, and you all will be receiving letters from us saying, hey, this is what's coming up, get ready. And the reason for those letters are saying, hey, we make sure that we don't do this in the middle of a festival. If you have something going on, if we're looking at any kind of restriping, we need to change anything on that. This is the time to do it and look at it. And if your utilities have anything they want to do on that roadway, do it now. That way, when we come in and lay it out, we don't have to worry about, getting it dug up and it just not being right. So we will share that as well with the utilities as far as wide as we can. But when you get that, don't hesitate on forwarding those letters out to all your utilities. In case we happen to miss one, it doesn't get in the right person's hands. We'll make sure everybody knows, hey, don't dig this road up, please. And if you need it extended, if we need to adjust our schedule a little bit, we can do so. Randy's really good about doing that a little bit if you have major like water lines or projects coming up that are going to be in that right away. So please feel free to let us know. With us today from TDOT, we do have a couple folks. So Michelle's here. Michelle is, she's my number one right behind me all the time. She's the one who's making things go smooth. She makes me look really well. But she's also the one behind the funding database, the grant database that we have shared with you all. So use that. Again, if you have any questions on it, she's the one that keeps that updated statewide. But she's also a representative on the technical board. Savannah Robertson's here with us. She's with our TDM, and that's not modeling, but we're going to talk more TDM stuff here in this fall. And of course, Matt, our director's here as well. Appreciate him being here today with us as well. And if y'all have any questions specifically about anything with TDOT, ask Matt. But that's all I have right now. I think Caitlin was online and Will, so we have multimodal on there. Caitlin is our transit, basically kind of like our transit director for the state, and Will is with our multimodal division too. I don't know if they have any updates, but I appreciate them being with us virtually.
Thanks, Troy. Is there anything from our Zoom peoples?
I had just a quick question.
If they'd like to speak, they can go ahead. I've got it on, so.
All right, this is forever hold your peace time. American Canyon, you got a question?
Well, Troy, I just want to make sure I'm reading this right. So these are not Broadway from Central to Mineral Springs will be repaved this calendar year? Or this fiscal year? I mean, fiscal year 24 ends in a few weeks. Is that, that's great. I hope, the sooner the better, but I know KUB is it's like a mess right now. It's a very busy road and I happen to travel it all the time. I just want to make sure I'm reading that correctly.
So,
You want me to?
yeah, go ahead.
I just want to briefly mention that this list is one that I compiled from a statewide list. And so there are some disclaimers. Again, Troy mentioned about how the future years are still maybe to be determined. And then,
Well, this is FY24 though. I mean,
that one actually, I looked through the last couple lettings by TDOT, and that one has gone to construction letting, the one on Broadway.
fantastic.
So,
Okay.
but what I also did on here is the one from the state just listed the state route number and then some log miles and things. And so I've tried to make it a little more user friendly because a lot of people don't know State Route 61 from where to where. So I try to give the local road name of that
Thank you.
in all these to hopefully help you orient yourself and figure out where they're.
CN stands for construction? Or
Yeah,
what is-
CN just means that's the construction.
Okay.
For resurfacing, it doesn't have the preliminary engineering right away. It just goes straight to construction. So
And like Mike said, that is on the letting list I've got here. I'm looking at as well too. So is that okay? Do we need to slow it down?
No, I'll never
Just
say
making
anything
sure.
slow down in the world of transportation because it's always
yeah.
really slow.
I know the city staff has been working on
Yeah,
trying
that's
to
great.
restripe an additional bike lane. That's what the opportunity here, the ones that you want to try to get out in front of in the future years. If you see a need for a bike lane extension, or even possibly they've even done road diets through just, when they resurface is a good time to put down different striping if it's warranted. I know it's been a couple of cases that have been done here locally with these, so.
Well, I'm sure my engineering folks are on it and CAT as well. That's a major CAT route, one of our busiest. And so please proceed and let's all coordinate, but as expeditiously as possible because it's an important route that's a really big mess right now, in part due to construction. But thank you, very encouraged to hear that. And city people drive on that street, or road, highway, I guess, will be thrilled. Thank you.
Hey, this is Will from TDOT Multimodal Planning Office. I'll let you know that Friday morning I'm meeting with the city of Knoxville, but I'm going to invite at least Mike and Craig to join me. We're talking about curb ramp upgrades, which is on the same routes as the ones that will be repaved this coming spring. So the 2025 list that's on that 3-year plan. Right now, my office is doing no plans for just the curb ramp concrete portions on the same routes. So I have some questions for them. I want to get their feedback. I want to know about local projects in the area. And then we're going to take that to Randy and Eric at TDOT Region 1. So FYI, I'll forward that meeting to Mike and Craig and anyone else who wants to come.
Thank you.
Anyone else? I don't see anyone from federal here, so we'll move on. Doug, did you have anything there?
No, that's other business.
Okay. So moving on to other business. Doug, do you want to take that?
Sure, just letting you know that our next technical committee meeting will be June 11th, and then the next executive board will be June 26th. As with this agenda right now, things are looking a little light, so there could be a chance that we might cancel, but keep it on your calendar for right now. And then the other thing I just wanted to let you know, for some of you that have been on the board for a while, you may remember Dory Karen, who was here before Dallas. She is retiring, so her last day will be at the end of the month. She unfortunately couldn't come down to the meeting, but I just wanted to let you know that. And she might be watching on community television, so we want to let her know how much we appreciate all the work. She originally started as a TPO administration and then advanced to working with planning at the Planning Commission and stuff like that. But she was here for 12 years, and she did a lot of hard work and really revamped the whole administrative side of how we did business at the Planning Commission and TPO. So we appreciate all her hard work.
Does anyone have anything else? Okay, now is public comment. Members of the public may address the executive board with a 5-minute time limit for each person. Is there anyone signed up for that? And seeing none, that concludes our business for today. Without objection, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.